And off they go. Leon Ko, Duncan Nursey, Lung Lee, and John McGregor into turn 1. Very nicely done here. Just trying to heat up the tires a little bit for the race. Little gap there.
You got to love this veteran category, though. I mean, the 4 distinct personalities between these guys. Oh, we should call them the Beatles or something, you know. But you know what's great in the master and the veteran category is all of these guys are good mates. They've known each other a long time. They are involved very much in like the Ferrari and the Porsche club here in Singapore, and we'll talk about that a little bit later as we look at these 4 cars line up. So just remember, folks, these guys are over 45 years old. They're not young anymore, and it's a green flag. It's go, 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 go. As they come in, John McGregor goes to the other side of the circuit. Leon Koo still taking the lead. Lung takes second place with Duncan Nursey in third. Lung and Duncan make a little bit of contact coming out of the exit of turn 1, but not much problems there. Lung Lee looks like he could be in the lead here. No, Leon Koo takes the advantage on the inside. Back into turn 2. It's a clean start for this veteran category.
Thank you very much, Yuey. And here we go out of turn 6 into turn 7. Everything looking nicely there. Lung Lee a little bit wide there into turn 8. All close together still as they go and finish their first of 20 laps.
Yeah, well, you know, I think we mentioned this a little bit yesterday, but for those of the viewers that just joined us, Leon Koo has done a lot of training in that Porsche driving school up in Ipswich on the Gold Coast in Australia. We've gone there many times and seen him going there. And just as we see on the screens, Duncan Nursey passes Lung Lee into turn 2. So it looks like Lung didn't get quite the exit he wanted out of turn 1, costing him, because it's not overtaking maneuver there. You got to be on song to get past in that part of the circuit. Right now, you see Duncan Nursey coming around T7 into T8, and he's looking for his first SKC title.
Duncan Nursey here with the white helmet and the blue suit.
Yeah, thank you very much for that, Ramon. Couldn't have said it better myself. And right now we got Leon Koo and Duncan Nursey still leading this charge in the over 45 category. And, you know, the Gs on this thing are absolute madness, man. I mean, you know, these are the same kind of Gs that you generate on a roller coaster. So for these guys to be running these go-karts for 20 laps at a 45 and over, it's pretty incredible stuff.
It's impressive, as you said. 2 Gs is massive, and you need a lot of training. You need a lot of stamina to keep up for 20 rounds in this heat. Don't forget the heat here in Singapore.
Yeah, I mean, the heat is pretty nasty here right now. We're sweating pretty badly in the commentary box, but these fellas have got their guards on and their inner linings, their race suits, their helmets. So, you know, it's not easy. It's not easy in there, and you know, physical condition is everything for this category. As you know, Ramon, physical health equals a strong mind. And right now, a strong mind is what they're going to need to get through 20 laps of this treacherous street circuit.
Long lead, just here a little bit sideways. I don't know if you could see it on the screens.
Oh, and Lung looks like he's slowing down. Lung looks like he's slowing down. Does he have a problem in that number 1 car as we cut back to Leon Koo there in car 139? In the Burrell leading, Duncan Nursey going down to make an adjustment to his go-kart with John McGregor in third. Lung now running again, has dropped down to the tail end of the grid, but he'll be coming back. And just for you guys out there that are watching, John McGregor is the only man in the SKC running a Rotax Max engine, so he actually is down in power. We had a talk to him on Thursday about 5 to 7 horsepower is below that, but we had a chat to him, and he says he's still really enjoying the Rotax Max, and he believes when he gets the KF2 next year, it's going to make a difference.
Definitely 5 to 7 horsepower. That's a lot in such little karts. And he's still pushing very hard. It's beautiful there to see how he's driving, how he's even maintaining his car by himself, correct?
Yeah, I mean, John McGregor is a guy that really likes getting out there and getting his hands dirty. We saw him on the load-in on Thursday lunchtime when all the teams were bringing the go-karts to the circuit, and he was the very first guy to take his go-kart out, take the toolbox out, and by lunchtime he was working under the sun, and it was really great to see, and had the time to have a really long chat with him, and just a really, really good guy, and we're really happy to have him in the SKC this year.
Yeah.
So right now, going back to kart 139, Leon Koo in the Burrell Motorsport chassis with his brand new TM engine that he's so happy about. And Lung Lee looks like he was just about to make a move there.
And he did. Nicely done.
Yeah, so Lung makes a stick, and he's going to be going next after Duncan Nursey. Or you can really see those bumps developing on T7, and with the rubber down, it looks as if it's getting quite a lot of grip over those bumps. It can't be comfortable out there in some of these corners. And you know, did you know these karters, Ramon? They underneath their race suits, they're actually wearing a rib guard, and and you know what happens is because the G-forces are so high in these go-karts, you know the sides of these seats can really dig into them. I've actually broken a rib doing this myself, so it takes many months to heal, and it's pretty painful.
It's pretty painful.
There's
yes.
nothing you can do about it. Even breathing is not the easiest thing to do. So they're all keeping these rib guards underneath their suits, and the little black thing around their neck, that's a neck brace, mate. And you know that really serves the same purpose as the harness device that we use in Porsche Carrera Cup and in Formula One. And this is just in case they tip on their heads and they don't want their necks broken in half, do they?
As you can see, everything is really, really professional here. All the security standards, everything is just to make sure that nothing serious is going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good right down at the SKC where we run with the Singapore Grand Prix race officials, and these guys, along with the COC, the marshals and the stewards from SMSA, really put a stellar performance together, race after race after race. And, you know, these guys are used to doing our Singapore Formula One Grand Prix, and it's an absolute pleasure that the marshals, the stewards, and all the guys from the Singapore GP are here with us. So Formula One precision is what we've got here at the Singapore Karting Championship, and we can only be so lucky that is happening.
And not only is the SKC using the Singapore GP officials, but we are also on the Singapore GP racetrack, and we are using the F1 pit facilities to make this happening here this very weekend.
You're absolutely right, mate. Now we're looking at Leon Koo, and the timeout that he's on is actually the runoff for the turn 1 to turn 3 complex. And right now he's going across the opposite way of turn 1, turn 2, and turn 3, where the Formula One cars dive into that massive amphitheater environment that we do see on TV during the night race. So right now this is the pit straight turning into turn 1 on the Formula One grid, and you know I've heard some really great things about the tarmac here at the Formula One at the old track that we used to use previously at Kartright over in Jurong. The tarmac was a little bit breaking up, and there was some bumps, and after the resurfacing, the bumps still seem to be there after a certain extent. So right now this tarmac here on the bits, on the black stuff, obviously the paint is a little different, but the black stuff is showing them for some fantastic grip and some very, very smooth surfaces for some precision racing. So right now Leon Koo just going down to make a small adjustment to his go-kart. Duncan Nursey a little bit behind, and can we see Leon Koo winning his first Grand Prix weekend here? I really hope so, man.
This would be just amazing. Leon Koo in the lead at the moment as he's down to turn 7. Very close here at Apex.
I mean, it's great to see this year the way the championships have panned out. And you know, if things go according to script for Leon Koo here, this year at the SKC, 4 out of the 5 champions have never been title winners before. So, you know, it's great to see that there's so much competition going down here in Singapore. And it's just something else to watch these guys lift. And I think we're going to be quite a force to be reckoned with in the near future on the international motorsport scene.
Absolutely, Yuey. And in case, ladies and gentlemen, you're wondering, there are 4 karts on the grid. It's Leon Koo leading in front of Duncan Nursey, followed by Lung Lee and John McGregor on P4. Duncan Nursey here in kart 838.
Yeah, you know, Duncan Nursey is really one of the friendliest guys on the grid. He's always been a pleasure to talk to and to hang out with. And I think what's really amazing about this guy is, you know, he started a year ago. He was extremely nervous with with his go-kart. But it's, you know, he's gone from strength to strength. And, you know, a title for this guy is going to be everything. A very popular winner in the pit lane. Everybody likes this guy.
Little bit sideways here as he's approaching turn 8.
So right now we've got Duncan Nursey, and for the fans of Duncan Nursey, this guy actually has a YouTube channel, and all of his onboard footage is actually posted on the internet. I've watched all of it myself, actually. The guy drives good, so just watch out for the onboard stuff.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just watching us on YouTube, stay tuned and have a look at Duncan Nursey's footage later on today.
So right now, that's 15 laps down and 5 to go, and these guys must be getting a little tired. You know, one of the signs to see if they're tired is to watch their necks and how they let the necks go out and whether they can still point their heads to the next apex. And definitely looks like Duncan is getting a little bit less for wear right now. But what a fit competitor. I mean, we've seen this guy. He's a pretty solid bloke. Wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley on a Friday night, mate.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't. Very friendly guy, and it's just amazing to see those guys 45 years old and more in those little go-karts going around the track.
I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure that Leon's like 50 plus right now. So, you know, he's a bit more senior than some of them. Duncan was in the Masters category last year, so he's one of the younger fellas in this category. So definitely probably has worked to his advantage a little bit. But you can see his neck just swaying out a little bit where he goes around those corners. And
but still, we just had Duncan Nursey with 44.26. Still quite quick.
Yeah, it's a big gap, but it's all right now because right according to the points, he doesn't need to go too far more for this. He just wants to finish this race, and right now he's leading the championship. He's only got a couple of laps before his title. He knows that this is a bit of a random moment right now.
So we're not gonna say it, and we keep our fingers crossed that everything, all 4 karts, will finish this race.
I know that's going to become a bit of a saying, the random moment. I mean, it was, you know, you've never seen a guy with only 2 go-karts on the track, and you're nervous like nothing else that his engine's going to fail because everybody else's engine has failed.
4 out of 6 cars didn't make it, yeah.
Pretty crazy stuff right there. So right now we've just got 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Leon Koo is not far away. There is nothing that can stop him except for a GP racing reliability problem right now. He's been reliable most of this season in GP, and Team Boss Capilla have put a package out there for him that has been able to get right on song.
as we can see Duncan Nursey down to turn 8. Just a few more meters, and then there's only 1 lap to go.
Yeah, you're right, Ramon. There's only 1 lap to go here as Leon Koo goes past the start-finish line to start the final lap. And right now there is a gap of 3.6 seconds separating Leon and Duncan. So, you know, by reliability, there is not much that can go on right now. Leon's just completed turn 3 with Duncan just behind him. Leon not far now to go.
Just a few more.
All right, the checkered flag is out, checkered flag is out, and Leon Koo takes his first win of the SKC. His arm is in the air. This guy must be happy like nothing else. He's waved with both hands in the air as he comes into the pit lane. Great stuff there from Leon Koo. Right there in second place, we've got Duncan Nursey finishing 3.3 seconds behind him. Great stuff there. Lung Lee in third place in kart number 1 with John McGregor making up the tail end of the grid. And now, man, Duncan knew what he needed to do, but how about Leon? This guy was pushing hard.
He was pushing hard over these 20 laps, just as we witnessed. Beautiful race in there.
So great job from Leon Koo, and he's obviously going up to his mates in Queensland in the Porsche driving school to say, hey, I won a race. And so, you know, a lot of it comes down to mileage. It's just fantastic to see a new race winner in this veteran category.